Hey guys, so today we have another weird For You page story. I don't know if you guys have the same For You page as me, but mine's full of drama. And I'm gonna bring it to you guys. And yes, I am working on my Risatisa video. I know I've been following this for a hot split minute. Well, since she started posting it like a week ago. And there are 55 parts, plus all of the live stream parts. And I wanna be able to summarize it for you guys as well as possible. So I'm watching all the content, and I am trying to watch it in double speed. But first of all, it's already hours of content. Like tens of hours of content. So even in double speed, it's still like 5+ hours of content to watch and take notes on. But it's also so draining. And this might sound really almost like privilege in a sense, because like I didn't have to go through all of that, and so it's weird for me to say, oh, it's so draining listening to it, but it's like, it is draining. I can't imagine living through that, because I am tired just listening to it. And that's nothing against Risatisa, she tells stories in an amazing way. I listen to like 10 parts at a time, and I'm tired, you know, like just listening to it, and I'm just like maybe if you've been following it and listening like one at a time or something, like as they come out, maybe it's a little bit easier, but I've been saving it just to like take notes in bulk. It's so tiring. Anyway, so I'm trying to summarize it for you guys. It's gonna be a long one, and hopefully that's gonna come out in like a day or two. So subscribe and you'll know when that's happening, but also hit that bell and then YouTube will let you guys know when it's happening. But also like and comment on this video to bring up engagement. And I'll just get into it. So today we have a really weird niche story. We have a artist called Oles, and he had a concert recently in Hammersmith in London, where I used to live, and I don't live anymore. So this is kind of local, but not really. And a couple went to that concert. First of all, a lot of rumors were spread, so I'm going to put a lot of rumors to rest. But also, something crazy happened. It was when I put unhinged in my titles, and you guys are like, why is every story unhinged? Because every story is unhinged, and one is more unhinged than the other. So today's story is truly unhinged. I didn't think I was going to cover this, but then they both addressed the situation, and I was like, oh, I need to speak about this now. So I actually haven't found the guy's social media. A lot of people have named it, but he probably went on private and I just couldn't find it, and it doesn't really matter to the story. I mean, I have found the girl because she's the culprit of this situation. Her TikTok has massively blown up over this because people are just curious and like waiting for her to, one, turn her comment section back on because it has been turned off, and two, to address this, which she has begun to do. So Emily had a concert, and he brings people up on stage to dance and sing with him. Typically it's women. His music is very like lovey-dovey sensual type vibes. So he'll bring women up, and this couple went to this concert. Her name is Jess. So during the concert, she gets invited up on stage, and I'm not actually sure how much I'm allowed to show you guys. I hope it's all of it. I don't think it's anything too suggestive. Well, it is, but it's not like super duper explicit. So I think I can show you guys bits and bobs of what went down on stage. But she comes on super excited, you know, she says her name's Jess, she starts taking pictures with Oles, like she's clearly a massive fan of his.
What's your name? What's your name? Tell me your name. Jess! What's your name? Jess! Make some noise.
Which doesn't excuse any of her behavior actually. And the thing is, at first you're like, I don't really know where this is going, but it seems like okay. You know, she runs up on stage, she's super excited, and then she starts dancing. And then it just gets progressively worse and worse. And then there's a bit where the curtain closes, but they keep like a spotlight on them, and things get real explicit real quick. And I don't know if she knows that people can see that, or if, I don't know, but I've seen too many angles of this now. So I've seen so many angles. I've seen angles of him reacting to what's happening backstage. I've seen security guards laughing at him for watching what is happening backstage. I've seen him filming her, being kind of like a happy boyfriend on her behalf, like, oh yeah, she got to like dance with her favorite artist. You know, everyone has different boundaries in their relationships, but he's taking a video of her, and then it gets so explicit, like in the backstage bit. You can see he just like puts his phone down and just stops recording and shakes his head. And I think that's when we knew, like, oh, this went too far even for him. Because like I said, everyone's got different boundaries in their relationships, but it's when you can see that the person in the relationship, like, they know a line has been crossed, then we get footage. I feel like this is like the most recorded, most filmed concert of all time. Like, Taylor Swift's got nothing on this. I saw so many angles of this. So then there's an angle of him leaving the concert on his own, and she is stood with a bunch of girls who are trying to justify to her, or she's trying to justify to them, that it wasn't so bad.
Miss Overload, and then it was
listen, Ask the Girls wasn't that bad. It was that bad, girl. Like, go. You were holding the nigga's dick.
The way that I put your phone
And I beg to differ, because there is just no way in hell. Once again, like, everyone's got different boundaries in their relationships. My boundary in my relationship is like, this would never happen. And on either side, like, I wouldn't want my boyfriend to get up on stage and dance on someone. Obviously that wouldn't happen, but like the equivalent of that for men, I don't know what that is, like strip clubs, I guess, like that wouldn't happen. And then on my end, like, this just would never happen. But that is our relationship. That was theirs. But you can see that at a certain point, she crossed even the line for him, right? So he leaves on his own. Now, there are so many rumors going around that they've been dating for 7 years, that he bought the concert tickets. I mean, typical stuff, right? Now, I actually don't care who bought the tickets and how many years they've been together. I think just being in a relationship and going to this concert doesn't, like, what if she had bought the ticket, that suddenly excuses cheating? Like, obviously it doesn't. And her name is Jess, as she says on the stage, and obviously her TikTok's Jasani, and she's on about 50,000 followers now. I followed her because I was waiting for a response, and she turned off all her comments because they were going crazy. I mean, her TikToks are getting millions of views, like her past ones that she had already posted, but because all the comments were turned off, like, she wasn't getting many likes on them. She was just getting a bunch of views of people clicking, trying to see the comments, but then the comments got turned off. And since then, a bunch of American, like, streamers, Kai Cenat and that whole bunch of people started reacting to this because it was just such big, like, drama coming from London. So apparently Kai Cenat had reached out to her for comment and be like, hey, do you want to jump on and, like, give excuses, I guess, for what happened here? And she ended up getting on a phone with him and basically saying, like, I can give you my rates for coming on. It's like, she was never really an influencer to begin with. Well, she was never really an influencer to begin with. Like, her followers were not there pre necessarily this whole thing happening. Like, she only gained followers out of sheer interest of if she's going to address this or not. So like, to come out with this like, oh, I can give you my rates for letting me excuse my cheating on stage. It was very weird.
I said, let me know if you want to talk on stream to tell your side of the story. She said, hi, thank you for reaching out. I'm definitely interested in collaborating with you. However, I'd appreciate it if we could discuss compensation for my time and my contributions.
Obviously, Kirsten was like, I'm not going to pay you to talk about how you cheated on someone. I was trying to give you a platform to excuse yourself. And she obviously didn't take it, but her boyfriend did, or her ex. And he talks about the situation. He does address that they hadn't been dating for 7 years.
And I said, to be real with me, is what happened at the concert real?
It's real, man.
And how long was y'all dating for?
How long was what?
Yeah, how long was y'all dating for?
Dating? Less than a year.
Wait, why did I hear 7 years? So that was a rumor?
It wasn't 7 years.
It was a rumor?
Man.
It was a rumor?
Yeah, rumors.
Okay, so there was a rumor, okay?
Yeah.
So you just cleared it up? Less than, I don't know where they got that rumor
Yeah,
from.
I cleared it up now.
All right, yeah, clear it up.
Talking.
Here's my thing. My thing is for you to just clear up anything that you feel what I'm saying, what people are saying and stuff like that. But also, I want to make sure that after today, bro, we gon' support, get your shit started, because what happened on that shit, that shit's crazy to me. When I seen that, I was like, my brother, from brother to brother, let me go help you out. Okay? So look, first things first, we got...
It's just so interesting probably to be plucked out of like, you're just a regular guy with your girlfriend, going to a concert, and now suddenly you're on Kaisen stream talking about how your girlfriend cheated on you on stage with her favorite artist. Like, it's just a little bit humbling, humiliating. I just feel sorry, honestly. Like, this whole thing, I don't know anything about this couple. I mean, I don't know how he treats her, she treats him behind the scenes, but to humiliate your partner like that in front of everyone, and not only everyone there, but also then everyone on the internet, because in the big year of 2024, everything gets filmed, so you kind of have to expect that this was going to make it to the For You page. So then she posts on her TikTok, she just posts a screenshot of just some text saying, since I'm getting so many insults and death threats, I'll soon be doing a story time on what really happened and behind the scenes. And so far, she's only posted part 1, but while I'm editing this, if part 2 does come out, I will just insert it in. She explains everything and nothing at the same time, at least in part 1, where she kind of explains it as like, we agreed that I would be allowed to go on stage if I was invited to, and I paid for the concert, and we've only been dating for a year, and all of that, she doesn't necessarily say that all of that means she was allowed to do what she did, but she's almost like angry that people are angry for all the wrong reasons. She's like, women are allowed to take men. It became this weird, like, almost feminism thing. It's like, this is not feminist. I hate to burst a bubble. This is not feminist. It's also not a feminist issue. I don't know why I'm making this like, I paid for my own ticket, so it's like, yeah, but you also got into a relationship, so you should probably respect the boundaries of that relationship. Like, 2 separate issues. Yes, you're a woman who works, makes her own money, you're allowed to take yourself and your man to your concert, but also, you are also a human being who should respect the boundaries of the relationship that they are in. So I think I don't know why we're merging the 2 together. Let's split that up immediately.
Hi everyone, I said I was going to do a story time and tell my side of the story, because the amount of hate that I'm getting called all types of things that I've never even heard before. Like, it's getting a bit scary, and I keep coming, like, whoa. So I really want to explain myself and address a few rumours as well. But obviously, before I get that started, I want to publicly apologise to him. Obviously, me and him, we've had private conversations where we spoke, but since it was public, I think the right thing for me to do is to publicly apologise to him. Like, that was bad, but it was honestly a mistake. If I knew this would like get this far, I wouldn't even go to a concert. I don't know, because this is not worth the hate that I'm receiving. But yeah, since it was public, I want to publicly apologise to him. So yeah, let's just get straight into like the story. The rumours, actually. I want to address the rumours first. So why am I... Okay, first of all, who's Fafa? No, who's that person? Whoever said that my name is Alpha. Can you come? No, come please. Because how? I literally went on stage. I literally said my name is Jess. I said it twice. So I don't know how people are getting this information from. That's not my name, please. Like, no. And also people saying that he's the one that bought the tickets. Who told you that as well? Who said he's the one that bought the tickets? It was me. I'm the one that bought the tickets. I wanted me and him to have a good time because, you know, like, we're young, like, real young. So, like, I thought this is a good thing to do. Let me just take my man to a concert. Let's have fun. Like, that's it. There's nothing wrong with that. I beg. Since when is it illegal to do so? Since when? That just tells you a lot, because us women, we can do things as well. Like, if I want to take my man out, I'll take my man out. So yeah, like I said, it was me. Anyways, also, me and him, like, we've had private conversations about going on stage with Oles, because he does this at his shows. If you really know Oles, you will know that he's done this in his past, at his past concerts. Like, this is what he does. This is literally what he does. Like, it's nothing new. So obviously, I said, me and him had this conversation. Like, I said to him, if I was to get called on stage, I'm going to go on stage. And he said that's fine. Like, he's been saying that's fine. Like, me and him never ever had an issue with me going on stage, even when the time came. Like, I think there was a video where people were saying, like, I was moving away from him, like, I was pushing him away. Like, no. Like, Oles literally looked at me and said, you said I want you. So obviously, I just got really excited because Oles is, like, one of my favourite artists. I don't care what anybody says. Like, you all have favourite artists. I didn't want to hear that. Like, so he's mine. So obviously, he's my favourite artist, not mine. So obviously, I got really excited. I was just genuinely happy. And obviously, when I moved to the side, that was when he asked me to go on stage. I was just waiting for, obviously, the security to get me out of the crowd. That's why I was even stood there.
I'm almost excited for part 2 because I want to know where she's going to go with that. Because it started off just a little bit like she's angry at people for calling her out, because she feels like, well, my boyfriend was okay with me going up on stage and I paid for the ticket, and you know, whatever, as if the issue isn't what she did on stage. Like, the issue wasn't that she got up on stage, because she just got up on stage and said, hi, I'm Jess, I'm your biggest fan. Like, one thing, right? But to get up on stage, do all of that, have the curtains closed, do even more of that, that was the issue. And I think she's just either purposefully being obtuse in missing the point, or she has actually missed the point. And I don't know which one's more concerning out of the two. But anyway, I'm waiting for part 2 of her explanation. I'm, like, super interested in what she has to say as an actual reason for why she did this and why she's okay with doing this to someone who she's clearly in a relationship with, whether it be 7 years or 1 year. I think, like, even if it was day 1, like, oh, day 1 of us dating, like, you're still dating. It's almost giving me the same vibes of, typically men do this. I've probably heard women say this as well, but I feel like I've heard mainly men say this when they go on, like, their stag do or something, and they go to, like, a strip club and something happens and they're like, oh, this is my last day of freedom. It's like, you have been in a relationship this whole time, I presume, since you're engaged, soon to be married. Like, relationships don't start at marriage. Relationships start when you say the relationship started. And so, no, this was not your last day of freedom. Also, a relationship shouldn't feel like you're not having freedom. It should just feel like different freedom, like respectful freedom. But also, this is not your last day of freedom, because technically your last day of freedom, or whatever freedom is to you, was when you stopped being single. So that gave me those vibes of, like, oh, we were only together for a year. You know, it's like, so where do you draw the line for loyalty? Like, when do you start being loyal to someone? Is it like year 2, year 3, year 4? Is it like, would you have been more respectful if he bought the tickets, but you felt like because you bought the tickets, like, you didn't have to be respectful? I don't know. This whole story was just so bamboozling to me. And I went on my For You page just to have fun and hang out, and suddenly I'm seeing 5,000 different angles of a man being cheated on in public, and my heart shattered. Anyway, that's the story for today. Let me know what you guys think. I will add part 2 or part 3, or how many parts she does of her apology, if they become available.
Hi everyone, obviously I said that I was going to film a part 2. I've already filmed the part 2 because obviously you can tell that's a different setting, but I'm not going to give that to you guys because everything I now do or say, you guys are going to drag me, you guys are going to twist my words, you guys are going to say, oh, she's not even sorry, no remorse, she's not showing no remorse. I'm not sorry to you guys. Like what? The only person that I owe an apology to is him. I don't owe you guys nothing. Like, someone said apology not accepted. Sorry? Who said I'm sorry to you? Like, I think you guys really need to move on because this is like getting a lot. Like, this is getting too much. Like, the crowd is a lot. Like, the crowd is actually shouting. Because I'm actually convinced that there has to be more important things going on in the world right now. Like, there's war. Why is this global news? I don't get it. Why am I seeing myself on the newspaper? Like... Nah, this can't be real. Like, this doesn't even feel real. Like, it really doesn't. I feel like everyone needs to move on and heal because this can't go on for any longer. It's getting boring. I'm even bored myself. Every time I open TikTok, I'm seeing myself. Like, I want my For You page back. I want my For You page back. Like, you guys really don't know anything. Me and him have been speaking since the concert. Been seeing since the concert. So I don't know what you guys are even truly feeling bad for. He's forgiven me. We've spoken. We know. Like, I know what I know. He knows what he knows. So you guys are doing a lot. If I would just be quiet at this point because you guys look very gullible. So just give it a rest. I even want to show you guys the hate comments that I'm receiving. I don't think you guys really and truly know what happens when people get bullied, especially online. And if something ever happens to people, you guys are so quick to talk about mental health. Mental health where? Like, you guys really don't have a clue. So like, it really needs to stop. It's getting boring. Like, it's mad. I don't think he's mad. Like, you can clearly see in the video me and so I just hope everybody heals from this situation because I hope everybody wakes up in the morning and they think about what to do with their own life. They don't think about other people's lives because it's pretty sad. So move on. I've moved on. I'm over it. You guys should be over it. I'm gonna continue living my life. I'm not even anywhere close to my mid-20s. I'm nowhere near close. So leave me alone. I'm gonna continue living my life, and so should you. Also, don't believe everything you see on the internet. Just because you feel bad for someone, you don't know that person. You don't know that person. But I have nothing else to say. That's it.
Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the bell icon for engagement. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.